everyone, it's Theresa here and welcome to Larkin December. Today I wanted to share with you my foundation pages that I've created using the Sahlin Studio December collection. So these products are available at thelilypad.com. Links will be provided below, and I am using the entire collection, the elements, the journaling cards, the pattern papers, and also the numbers. So let's get started. Okay, so my starting point for my foundation pages is always the page protectors that I've already put together and chosen, and I've just put them in the album in alternating order. For this year's album, I want to do one side of the page a full size 6x8, and for the other side of the page, do pocket pages. And so I've printed out the collection and just have everything here on my desk. What I love to do most, or what I love most about printing the collections, is that I get a feel for what colors I'm gravitating towards and what are my favorite parts. And so these are the numbers that are included in this collection. They're really amazing. This is something that Sahlin Studio always knocks out of the ballpark. If you need a good source for numbers for your December daily, or your document your Decembers, or your December albums, she is an excellent source for that. My favorite patterned paper was this one here. And so I printed it on vellum. It has a nice neutral white background, and the pattern stands out really softly on the vellum. I also added just a couple of hole reinforcers to make sure that it won't tear anything over years of use. For the pocket pages, or the pocket page on this layout, I just want to I'm trying to figure out what numbers I want to use. And I think that it's fun to play around with your numbers, and if you find one that you like, go with it. If you're undecided, then let it be. And this is one of those pages that I was definitely undecided. But these are the two journaling cards that I wanted to use. Probably what I will end up doing is typing journaling into that ornament and reprint it on the actual day. But for now, I'm just going to leave it there to mark the place. And then I really liked this Bring On the Joy card. And I just want to add just a couple of tiny little gold sequin stars. These stars are from Felicity Jane, and I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of bling to this card. My favorite thing to do when I'm creating my foundation pages, and then later on during the month when I'm working through the album, is just to add one little embellishment to each card. That keeps it very simple, but also lets me play with the product, and also lets me add just a little tiny bit of dimension. So I also, when I printed and cut this vellum, I cut it so that there's one wreath that's at the upper center of the page. And I want to just do a little something inside the center of that wreath. So this is the crepe paper chipboard set from Fa La La. And I'm just going to adhere this little holly jolly piece into the center. And that's it for day 4. I think just playing again with one more number, and then I decide just to put that wood number 4 into the pocket and leave it until December 5th. So onwards to day 10, and I already knew I wanted to use this pattern again, so that's the card that I chose for the 4x6 slot. I do want to add, again, just a little tiny bit of embellishing here, and I had this perfect little red narrow velvet ribbon. It's very narrow, very tiny, What I'll probably end up doing on the day that I create the page itself, I'll probably add a title here in black lettering or something like that. We'll see what the day brings, right? So I'm just going to adhere this little ribbon down. I use tape on the back side and then some glossy accents on the front so it doesn't get hung up in the pocket. That way it'll just lay nice and flat there. So on this day, I have on the left-hand side the pocket page, and then on the right-hand side is a full page, just like on all the layouts. But I think I'm going to leave that one for a full page photo, or one of the templates or something like that. I think I'll figure that out once I have the photos from that day. This little journaling card has a little spot to stamp what day it is. And so I found these little tiny numbers from Carrie Bradford that I'm going to use just to stamp the number 10. I thought that was a really cute way to do your numbers as well. I'll probably add another number 10 to the photo once I print it or whatever. So I'll just leave that up in the air. But I do like to add some kind of way to remember for myself, like where I am in the album, and make sure that I have enough pages for every day for that month. So anyway, I'm just stamping that real quick with my stays on. And then I think that finishes up day 10. And hopefully you can see here that it really is a matter of just sliding some things in pockets here. Add some embellishments if you feel like it. But you don't have to spend a lot of time creating your foundation pages. So I just turned the page to day 11. And I want to use the buffalo check because, buffalo check. And these great little wooden ones, they're from Sahlin Studio. They are great up against that navy. So I also used the navy 3x4 card. And then this little gray card. And I think what I want to do is emboss silver onto that gray card, onto the gray background. So I'm just using, this is the Paisley Press stamp set from the Ali Edwards release this year from 2017. So I'm going to go and stamp that and heat emboss it. I do that off camera these days because I have to do it in my kitchen so I don't blow a circuit. But I really did like how that silver turned out on top of the gray card. And that's it for day 11. So just one more day here. This is day 16. And I kind of already know how this is coming together. I have those red bows on the left-hand side. I also printed that there's a wood grain pattern paper in the December collection, and I printed that on vellum. You can tell it sort of curled the vellum as the vellum absorbed that ink. Print that on a draft setting, and then that probably wouldn't happen. I just forgot to set it, but I just left it. And once it's in the pocket, it's fine. So I just want to layer the number 16 over top of this vellum. And then the other cards are pretty much set. And that wraps up this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you will like and comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.